Hello, is Shankar there? Oh, sure. Sai. Hello, Sairam. Yeah, can you give to Shankar uncle? Sairam. Om Shri Sai Ram, and welcome to Friday Night Inspirations. We offer ourselves at the divine lotus feet of our sweet Lord, Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Sai Ram and welcome. Sorry for the slight delay in starting tonight due to some technical difficulties. We begin our journey this evening with a small musical offering entitled Kanula Mundara. Karnul Sai Ram, and once again, welcome to this week's installment of Friday Night Inspirations. Today's program includes a talk by a very esteemed and enlightened devotee of our Lord, Shri Satya Sai Baba. Our speaker for this evening is Shri Shankar Iyer. But before we begin, here are some quick announcements for the upcoming weeks. Watch weekly Monday Bhajans live on our Ustream channel this Monday, February 25th from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Next Friday, March 1st, Friday Night Inspirations will be broadcast live from 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Please note that on Friday, March 8th, marks the weekend of Mahashivratri. Friday Night Inspirations will be on a hiatus for that week and will continue the next week on Friday, March 15th. At this moment, I would like to express a special thanks to my Sai brother Siddharth Sai Shivakumar for managing today's program. With that, it is our great honor to introduce our guest for the evening, Mr. Shankar Iyer. Shankar Uncle has been a long-time devotee of Swami, having been drawn to Swami's fold in the early 80s. Uncle started composing bhajans and devotional songs on Bhagwan soon after and recorded numerous albums in praise of our Lord, including Antara Jyoti Jalao Sai, Lead Kindly Light, Jyoti Swarupaya Namo Namo, and most recently, Ananda Jyoti Jalao. Shankar Uncle has performed many devotional music programs across the world in several different languages and is also a speaker on Sanatana Dharma and other religious topics, and has made countless presentations to Hindu and non-Hindu audiences alike. He is the immediate past president and an executive trustee of the Shankara Netralaya Ophthalmic Mission Trust, a charity that supports the non-for-profit Shankara Netralaya Ophthalmic Hospital in Chennai, India. We are deeply honored and cannot express our gratitude enough to have him on our broadcast this evening. So, without much further ado, I hand over the stage to Shankar Uncle. Jai Sai Ram.
Shankar Iyer, and I want to start by offering my pranams to the divine that is manifest in everyone that is listening to this broadcast today. Swami is omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, and he is also all names and forms. So, I offer my pranams to the Swami that is present in every one of you. Sai devotees all over the world think of the initials SSS, Sri Satya Sai, And the three S's mean a lot to them. My conversation with you today is going to be about three S's, which the Sai incarnation have stressed, and what the three S's lead us to accomplish, which is the fourth S. So that's what the conversation today is going to be. The premise that I'm going to submit to you all for your consideration, for your contemplation, and finally, for your acceptance and incorporation into your own life, is that when you combine Shraddha, Saburi with Samaya, you accomplish great results. That is, you have sadhanas to show. So for those that are mathematically inclined, the equation that I'm proposing is that Shraddha plus Saburi plus Samaya equals Sadhana. And I'm going to offer you some insights into this based on my own experiment, even as Mahatma Gandhi called his life lessons as experiments with truth. While I'm not a Mahatma, I would like also to call this equation as an outcome of experiments with my own life, and also observing events that are all around me, happenings that are all around me. And as I watch them, I'm realizing more and more how true it is that when you combine Shraddha and Saburi and invest Samaya in it, you eventually have sadhanas to demonstrate or show. So let's look at what is Shraddha? Shraddha has many, many meanings, but all those meanings essentially lead us to two major focal points. One is dedication, doing something full-heartedly. So the heart part of it, dedication. The second is ekagrachita, or one-point focus. That is, we focus on it when we are engaged in something. We are so totally engaged. Not only our heart is there on that, but our head, our intellect is also connected to that. So when I say Shraddha, I'm talking about bringing the combination of head and heart together to the activity that is at hand. Okay, so that is Shraddha. So a good example of Shraddha, in Mahabharatam, there is an episode when Dronacharya is inculcating the finer aspects of archery to all his students, and he calls them one by one, and he points to a bird that is in a tree that is far away, and one by one he asks them, what do they see? What do they see? Because he wants the student to be able to fit an arrow on his bow and shoot the single arrow and unerringly bring the bird down by hitting the bird in its eye. So each student describes in great detail what he sees. He sees the tree, he sees the branch, he sees the bird sitting there, he sees the blue sky. So, and this goes on. And Dronacharya asks Arjuna, having described the task to him, asks him, what do you see? And all Arjuna can see is the target that he is aiming at, and that is the eye of the bird. So when I say Shraddha, it is this dedication that is wholehearted, Saburi, which Shirdi Sai particularly used to emphasize Shraddha and Saburi all through his life. And even today you will see in the altars where Shirdi Sai's picture or idol or image or any form of that avatar is kept, you will often find Shraddha and Saburi written along with the swastika signs on both sides. The Saburi means patience. It also means persistence. It also means forbearance. So in my view, when you think about Saburi, you are talking about being patient. That is not being impatient in terms of waiting for something to happen, because you know it is going to happen, but you patiently keep at your task. And forbearance, when you engage in an activity, there are going to be impediments, there are going to be problems, there are going to be minor hitches, roadblocks. Today, for example, when the satsang was starting, there was some technical issues that Rishi mentioned which made the satsang start about a minute or so after the usual start time. But maintaining Saburi and persisting, solving the problem and continuing with the satsang makes the satsang possible. Small example. So, Saburi is patience, Saburi is persistence, and Saburi is forbearance, and having the ability to say, okay, this is another wave, this too shall pass, but I have to continue with what I am doing. So that is the thing that gives us an ability to persist, contain and continue our efforts as they move us toward whatever goal we have established. There is a great poet that was born in India, and he was a royal poet. He was a king who was a great ruler, and then because of a life-transforming episode, this scholar king became a renunciate. He became a mendicant, a yogi, and then he went on to go into more of spiritual topics. This king was a great Sanskrit scholar. His name is Raja Bhartrihari, and Raja Bhartrihari has 3 immortal compositions. Each of them 100 shlokas, so they are called shatakams. Shatam in Sanskrit is 100. So there are 3 100 shlokas. So his first shatakam, which was written at the time when he was a ruler, was called Niti Shatakam, which gives code of conduct, code of proper conduct, like dharmic conduct. Niti Shatakam. 100 shlokas giving code of conduct. Then he wrote 100 shlokas giving the code of life in a marriage situation, and conjugal life. So he called it Shringara Shatakam. Remember, he was a king, he was a happily married man, and so he wrote about how to be in a very happy relationship in life. Right? So that was the Shringara Shatakam. Then after the life-transforming event and he became a sage, he wrote a 3rd Shatakam called Vairagya Shatakam. That is a Shatakam that talks about detachment from all sense objects and talks about spiritual life. So, in that Niti Shatakam, Bhartrihari talks about differentiating between people that are uttamas, people that are intermediate people or madhyamas, and people that are nichas, that is people that are of less capability. When I say nicha, it is not nicha in terms of behaving badly, but people who don't accomplish things in life. Okay, so in that he says, people who are not prone to accomplish things even start any task to fulfill an objective because they are worried about all the obstacles that will come in the way. Prarabhyatena kalu vigna bhayena nichaihi, he says. They don't even begin the task because they are worried about everything that will come. So in our normal life, we know. You tell people, hey, let us do this. Let us plan to do this activity, whether it's a service activity or whether it's a devotional activity, whether it is studying something. Somebody will say, oh, but the lights might go off, or we may have traffic problems, or this thing may not happen, people may not donate, people may not come. There will be so many other possible reasons which could prevent that from happening or which could come in the way of happening. They think of all the possible negatives that they can throw in the way to the point where you say, okay, well, maybe it's not something that we should do. So, Bhartahari says, Arabhyatena kalu vigna bhayena nichaihi. What about the people that are the intermediate people or the madhyamas? They start on a task and they keep going till it is going well. But when they are hit with some huge wall, when there is a block in the way, when there is an impediment that they have to cross, they say, oh my God, I give up at this point. So they give up. So he says, Prarabhya Vigna Vidhana Viramanti Madhyaha. So people who are of the middle category, they will start something and as long as the going is good, they will keep going. And when they are hit with one major problem, they immediately get confused, get foremost, they drop. So they may start with enthusiasm, they may have all the Shraddha that is needed, but that is so fragile. When something comes in the way, they don't have the Saburi to continue on. He says the superior kind of people, Uttama Gunaha, Vignaihi Muhurapi Pratihanyamanaha Prarabhyam Uttama Gunaha na Parityajanti. He says people who are Uttama Gunas, once they start on something, even if they are hit by wave after wave of impediments, they will not give it up. We have so many examples for this Uttama Guna. All of us are familiar with the epic Ramayana. In Ramayana, Rama, while he is a divine incarnation, he behaves as a human. He has all the human foibles. He cries, he gets angry, he gets disappointed, he becomes jealous, he complains, he whines. He does all of that in Ramayana. Valmiki's Ramayana, Rama and Sita are extremely human people. But this human Rama, even as he faces one after the other so many difficulties as it goes on, from the time he enters the forest, he meets so many different demons that he has to destroy. He has to move from one place to the other. Then after his wife is taken away by Ravana, the series of hoops that he has to jump through in order to ultimately win the battle over Ravana. It is an amazing characterization of how Shraddha and Saburi, with investment of time, Samaya, Rama takes all the time that is needed to go one after the other, weeks after weeks. He waits patiently. He abides his time, but he eventually gets the task accomplished. Even after accomplishing the task, the interesting thing is, even after he has accomplished the task, and when all the celestial beings come, and when Brahma and Shiva and Indra and all the other celestial beings have come, all the gods have come there, and they tell Rama, hey, you are an incarnation. Rama, even at that point, Rama says, Manusham Manye. He says, I don't know what you are all saying because I am human and I think of myself as a human. So he is so much, the divine avatar there is so much vested with human qualities, and yet, as a human, he behaves in a superhuman fashion because he has so much of Shraddha and so much of Saburi, and he takes all the time that is needed to accomplish the ultimate sadhana of ridding the world of the demons that have become evil, that have come to harm the celestial beings, the sages, and all the good actions that are going on in the world. What I said just now about the Rama of Treta Yuga equally applies to the Sai Rama of Kali Yuga. Think about our Swami. Our Swami, unlike Treta Yuga Rama, maintained that he is a divine avatar and he is a combination of all of these different forms of divinity, and he is a Purna Avatara. But our Purna Avatara also behaved like a human. But at the same time, Swami, whenever he established the Sankalpa, whenever he determined that something is going to be done, something is going to get done, Swami spared no effort. Swami took no hindrances or impediments. He dealt with all of them in a very human fashion, but ensured that his Sankalpa was fulfilled. Again, Shraddha and Saburi and Samaya led to those sadhanas. So when you look at Satyasai as a divine incarnation that is functioning among mortals as a mortal, you see how this divine form made seemingly impossible sankalpas, and with Shraddha and Saburi over period made them into great sadhanas. So he could take a small little backward, what we call in Tamil as Kugramam, a small little village in the middle of nowhere, and turn that into a universally known center for spiritual accomplishment. But not only that, a place where education, healthcare, and so many other good things have also been accomplished for mankind. So, I had talked to you about Shraddha and Saburi, and now I want to talk about the need for Samaya. There is an old saying which says, Rome was not built in a day. Even older than that, our Ishavasya Upanishad, which is considered to be one of the most powerful of Upanishads. Ishavasya Upanishad has only 18 shlokas. But the 18 shlokas of the Ishavasya Upanishad are considered to be the equivalent of the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. It is considered to be that powerful. And the Upanishad is called Ishavasya Upanishad because it begins by asserting Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkinchat jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita ma krida kasya siddhana. It says, everything that is there in the universe is that of the divine, is that of the Lord. The omnipresence of divinity is underscored in that statement. Everything is divine, everything is suffused with divinity. Everything that is here is that of the Lord. Therefore, tena kyaktena munjitaha. You cannot attach yourself to any of them claiming it is mine because it is not yours. It is there for you to use in a form of trusteeship. But it is not there for you to claim as your own. So magrida kasyasvidana. So don't go about feeling greedy or feeling jealous or feeling envious about anything that anyone has. Whatever is needed for you is given to you, but that is given to you in the form of a trusteeship. It's like a hotel room that you stay in. We all very grandly say, my room, because we have rented that space for 1 day or 2 days. We even more grandly say, my hotel. Even though in a hotel with 500 rooms, you may have rented one room for 2 days. You say, I was staying in my hotel. So, we have this grand sense of ownership. We attach ourselves to things. But Ishavasya Upanishad, in its very first shloka, makes it very clear to us that everything that is there in the universe is that of the divine and nothing is owned by us. But the point I wanted to make goes on to the second shloka, where the aspect of Samaya is underscored. The second shloka says, Kurvanyeveha karmani jijivishet shatagum samaha. This attitude of detachment and enjoying God's gifts to us only to the extent we need them, that is, enjoying them with a sleep-on desire, has to be done not just 1 day or 2 days or 1 week or 1 month or 1 year. It says you live for 100 years, but you maintain your attitude in performing all your actions. You maintain this attitude in performing all your actions for 100 years, and so you live. This is the only way for you. There is no other way for you. It emphasizes. The point here is that of the time. It is not enough for us to have a dedication. It is not enough for us to have the dedication supported with persistence and forbearance. It has to be also supported with the level of time investment that is needed. It has to be continued in order for an activity to become a sadhana. Swami, you may recall, has said something about how do we develop our character. You may remember that. Swami says, do something once, it leads to it eventually becoming habit, because when you do it several times, and if you keep showing the same habit over and over again, it eventually leads to becoming an aspect of your character itself. And then that defines you as a person. Therefore, Samaya investment is the third very important part of this equation. And given Shraddha and Saburi and Samaya working together, a sadhana is feasible. And such a sadhana is feasible whether it is physical, mental, or spiritual, or a combination of all of them. So, what do I mean by that? Now I'm going to go to a few examples from my own experiments with this. Rushi, when he introduced me, mentioned my compositions, music, bhajans, devotional songs. I don't have a formal training in music. I spent a lot of my time from my childhood in devotional settings, in listening to, following in bhajans, and then getting to lead in bhajans, singing in bhajans. And because of my devotion, over a period of time, I started putting some words together. But really, the very first composition I wrote on Swami was only in 1989. Now when I look back, over 23 years now, I have composed several hundred songs. But if somebody had asked me back in 1989, hey, is this like, a one-time thing? You wrote something today. Is it a one-time thing? And my answer probably would have been, I thought about this. Maybe I wrote this. But no, it was not to be. Because Swami, my devotion to Swami was strong enough. My dedication to him was strong enough. And my love for him was strong enough and sustaining enough that he kept inspiring and he continues to inspire. And I keep writing. Okay. So what started as maybe one song here or two songs here, over a period of time, it started growing. And once it grew to a particular level, and when another great devotee, the late Sri Subbarao, whose name many of you might have heard and whose compositions certainly are sung all over the world, heard some of them. He said, oh, Shankar, we must record this. He guided me with the first recording, and then a second recording followed, and then over a period of time, now 11 recordings later, I'm looking back and I'm saying, wow, how did all of this happen? Another example. Again, from my own life. You can say the song, by the way, the music part of it, the compositions, they are spiritual, there is a mental aspect to it. Certainly there is not much of physical aspect to it. Now, a few years ago, after a long gap, at the insistence of my young adult sons, I decided to undertake the pilgrimage to Saburi once again. I had been to Saburi in my younger days when I was about the age of all of you guys, certainly like Rushi and Sidhu, maybe in my 20s. And doing something very physically challenging at that time was one thing. But now when I was in my late 50s and my grown-up sons, young adults wanted to do that, I demurred. And then at their insistence, I said, yes, I will. And I went with them, and naturally the first time when I went back with them, I found it to be quite a challenge. I had over the years put on some additional weight on my body. I had certainly lost some of my physical endurance and abilities, and it was a very big physical challenge. At the end of it, I prayed to Swami, and I said, Swami, if I have to do this, and if you are having me come and do this again now, you must also guide me to make myself better, to make myself stronger, to make myself lighter, to be able to do so. And I started on a journey of several thousand miles, literally. They say a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. And that's indeed true. I decided to combine the physical, the mental, and the spiritual into one activity. And that is taking a morning and evening walk, whether it's raining or snowing or extremely hot or whatever the weather. I will just dress appropriately, but I will take my walk. And I started doing this, but I also combined along with this in order to make sure that there is a combination of spiritual, mental, and physical activity here. I combined along with this, the chanting of the Gayatri Mantra, chanting of Swami's Astotram, and using the time to think about spiritual matters, to think about my devotion to Swami and my devotion to Lord Ayyappan, and start composing while I am walking. As a result, over the last 4 years, every year I have walked somewhere around 2,500 miles each year. That's about 50 miles per week. The 50 miles per week essentially is a little more than the distance I have to walk from Elmeli to the Sannidhanam in Saburi. And so part of my spiritual yatra every week is covering that distance and more. But doing the 50 miles walking, that's about 2,500 each year, has also resulted in about 30 plus compositions on Lord Ayyappa, similar number of bhajans on Swami. I've been able to chant Ayyappa's Ashtotra, achieving 3 plus Lakshasanas every year. I've been able to chant Swami's Ashtotra, achieving close to a Lakshasana each year. So, again, Shraddha and Saburi with Samaya makes each of these, when you go back and when you look at it, like little drops of ocean, like little drops of water and little grains of sand, they say, make the mighty ocean and the pleasant land. In a similar fashion, 2 miles every day added over a period of a year. Swami Sastotram said 2 or 3 times every day over a period of a year. Ayyappa Sastotram said several times over a period of a year. A song composed maybe once a week or whatever, asking new occurs over a period of time, everything has become a sadhana. Combination of physical, mental and spiritual. Oh, the physical results, I have lost close to 40 pounds. I have lost about 5 inches from around my waist. Now, my son and I wear both the same size clothes. So it is possible to get results in every dimension, physical, mental and spiritual, when you combine Shraddha, Saburi and Samaya. Another example, again, because Swami says, make your life my message, I'm giving you examples from my own life. So that is the best way to tell you why this works. I have, over my life, read several of our different Puranas in many forms. I have read the Rushi Ramayana growing up in New Delhi and later on in life attending akhand parts of Ramcharitmanas. I have read Ramcharitmanas several times over. I have read the Bhagavad Gita several times over. I have some training in Upanishads and so on, but I had never really taken on the huge itihasas, the huge Puranas like Ramayana and Mahabharata. Yes, I have read the Bhagavatam by Bhattatri, Narayaniyam, which is only 1,000 shlokas. 100 sargas, 1,000 shlokas. That can be read in about very casually. If you read like 5 sargams, about 50 shlokas a day, in 3 weeks you can read the Narayaniyam without too much of a problem. But when you think about Valmiki's epic, Ramayana, you are now in a totally different scale of things. Valmiki's Ramayana comprises 6 kandas, adding up to more than 24,000 shlokas. One of the greatest epic poems of the world. So, several months ago, sometime in the middle of last year, I told myself, maybe I will just read the Sundarakanda. Because Sundarakanda is maybe like 6,000 or 7,000 shlokas. So I said, I'll see how I go about doing it, and I'll do just few sargas every day. A sarga is like a chapter, and Sundarakanda has got 70 plus chapters. I said, I'm going to read maybe 3 or 4 or 5 chapters a day, so maybe over a period of 3 weeks or so, I'll be able to read it. And as I read it, I found it so enjoyable, and I thought, yes, it is doable. Why don't I start reading all the other kandas also? And so step by step, again, with the dedication, allocating certain amount of time every day, whether it is sometime in the morning or sometime in the afternoon, at lunch hour while sitting at work, or in the evening at night after everything has been done, 9 o'clock at night, maybe spend half an hour or 45 minutes. But I did put that time that is needed to eventually read the entire Valmiki Ramayana. And looking back, I feel, oh my God, I've been able to do this. Motivated by this now, I'm telling myself, I should now read Kamba's Ramayana, which is in Tamil, which is another great, narration of Rama's story. This time in Tamil by the great Tamil poet Kamba. So then I can really say I have read Ramayana and I know the different versions of Ramayana, and I can feel little more qualified to talk about Ramayana. But more than that, the message, the lessons, the import of this great Itihasa becomes more and more meaningful to me. And as I read Valmiki's Ramayana, as I went through, I felt, oh my God, every time it was like, oh my God, another revelation here, another something. Here's what Swami meant when he was talking about this in Ramakatha Vahini, when Swami was saying, oh, now I understand where Swami was coming from. So, the point is, when we bring dedication along with persistence and forbearance and give it sufficient time, the seed that we plant becomes a sapling. The sapling that we nurture becomes a tree, and that tree bears us the fruit of sadhana. Now, another example. When Sidhu told me about this beautiful effort that you are all doing, this Friday night inspiration, I said, awesome. These young people are taking the capabilities of technology and they are putting it to great use, and in the process, with their dedication and with their persistence, over a period of time, they are going to have a great sadhana. Because soon after you guys sent me your YouTube links, I went and saw, oh, already they have just started this recently, but already they have built up a library. It's a small library right now, but a year from now, instead of 25 different offerings to people, there may be 100 different offerings. Continue for another 2 or 3 years, another 5 years. Somebody looking at it 5 years from now will say, oh my God, what an immense collection of over 500 or 1,000 different sessions of devotional music, of discourses on so many different topics, all focused on the spiritual, physical, and mental well-being of human beings, all focused on human beings realizing the divinity and being in one with the divine stuff. What a great sadhana service it will be. So, I choose as that my final example because I don't know whether you guys realize what you have started. What you have started is a great journey. It's the journey of maybe 1,000 miles, 10,000 miles, 1,000,000 miles. It's a journey that has no end to it. But it's the journey which will enrich you and through you will enrich. Today it is enriching maybe scores of people. As Swami said back in the 60s, when there were only 100 devotees around him, Swami said, a time will come when I will be like such a tiny speck. You won't be able to see me even with binoculars. He said a time will come when there will be so many of you, I have to fly, I'll have to come by helicopter and bless you from the skies. And Swami showed to us that those things came true. I believe today you are reaching an audience of scores of people. As your good work gets known to more and more people, as you continue this seva of satsang using the best of technology and pulling it all together, you are going to be reaching hundreds of people, thousands of people, tens of thousands of people and millions of people, and you will be making a positive impact and a positive difference in the lives of all of them. That is my prayer to Swami, to use you as his divine instrument in making your Shraddha and your Saburi and give you the willpower to invest the time that is needed over a long period of time to make this one of the greatest sadhanas. That is my blessing to you, and with that I'll stop.
Sairam, Shankar Uncle, thank you so much for the enlightening words, but before you leave us for the evening, I would like to request that you render a couple of your compositions for Swami.
Okay, Rushi. This is one of my compositions in English. This was recorded more than almost 20 years ago. It's fairly widely known. So much so, I had an occasion to be in San Diego at the home of Sharon and Sam Sandwise for a Shivratri satsang. And Sharon Sandwise had been learning this composition of mine, and she wanted me to teach it to her because the next week she was going to Parthi, and she had sought from Swami his blessings and his permission to come and sing to him the next time she was there, privately in the interview room, and she was going to sing the song to him. So I felt very blessed, I was very touched, and so I had a one-on-one training session for her for this particular song. Sidhu, you know this song very well. I've also taken the same import of this English song, and I have rendered the same song in Hindi, in Sanskrit, and also in Tamil, with lyrics which kind of convey the same meaning or similar meaning. But I'm going to render the English version to you right now. My eyes of forever seeing your form, my ears of forever hearing Sai Ram, my voice is forever singing your glory, my Lord. Sai Natha, Sai Natha, Jaya Jaya He Sai Natha. Sai Natha, Sai Natha, Jaya Jaya He Sai Natha. Make my body your puttapati, make my heart your prashanti, make my body your puttapati, make my heart your prashanti, fill my life with love, peace and joy, fill my life with love, peace and joy, and the music of your glory, Sai Natha, Sai Natha, Sai Natha, Jaya Jaya He Sai Natha.
Thank you so much, Uncle, for your enlightening words. Um, After that beautiful and inspirational talk, we can only express our heartfelt gratitude to you for enlightening us um, on how to develop a strong sadhana, and we really appreciate all the encouraging words that you've showered on us this evening. Um, May Swami give us more and more opportunities to hear from you and other people like you, and also give the opportunity to the scores of people like you mentioned. May Swami bring his message not only through us but to all the mediums out there, through scores of people. With only his grace this is possible, and I humbly submit myself with that prayer at his lotus feet. And again, thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us this evening. With that, let us tune our minds to the inner consciousness and indulge in the sweet name of our beloved Lord Sai. We will end this beautiful evening with a session of bhajans. Please bear with us for a minute as we transition into bhajan mode. Jai Sai Ram. प्रथम पूज्य गणनाथ भव भय भंजना नित्य निरंजना सिद्धि विनायक देवा मंगलदायक शंभो मनोहर पूज्य गणनाथ प्रथम पूज्य गणनाथ विनाशक देवा देवा साई मेरा तुझे सहारा शिरडी अवतारा पुरी रघुपति राघव राजा रामा सुंदर राम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राघव मोहन मेघ श्यामा। राम राम जय राजा राम, श्यामल कोमल मेघ श्यामा। जय जय राम साई राम, जय जय राम साई राम। जय जय राम जय जय राम, जय जय राम राम राजा राम। जय जय राम जय जय राम, जय जय राम राम राजा राम। पतित पावन सीतापति राम, पति पुरीश्वर श्री साई राम। ओ राजा राम, ओ साई राम, ओ राजा राम, ओ साई राम। पति राघव राजा राम, ओ राजा राम, ओ साई राम। दशरथ नंदन राजा राम, कौसल्याग्र सुंदर राम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राघव मोहन मेघ श्यामा। राम राम जय राजा राम, श्यामल कोमल मेघ श्यामा। जय जय राम साई राम, जय जय राम जय जय राम, जय जय राम राम राजा राम। जय जय राम जय जय राम, जय जय राम राम राजा राम। जय जय राम जय पतित पावन सीतापति राम, पति पुरीश्वर श्री साई राम। ओ राजा राम, ओ साई राम, ओ राजा राम, ओ साई राम, ओ राजा राम, ओ साई राम। पति राघव राजा राम, सर्वमंगला साई जननी। पति निवासिनी परम शिवानी, पति निवासिनी परम शिवानी। सर्वमंगला साई जननी, माता महेश्वरी दुर्गा भवानी। माता महेश्वरी दुर्गा भवानी, आदि पराशक्ति साई नारायणी आदि पराशक्ति साई नारायणी जगदोधारिणी भव भयहारिणी जगदोधारिणी भव भयहारिणी सर्वमंगला साई जननी माता महेश्वरी दुर्गा भवानी आदि पराशक्ति साई नारायणी जगदोधारिणी भव भयहारिणी जगदोधारिणी भव भयहारिणी सर्वमंगला साई जननी वैकुंठपति साई हरे साई हरे वैजयन्ती माला धारे वैजयन्ती माला धारे वैकुंठपते साई हरे हरि गोविंदम हरि गोपालम हरि गोविंदम हरि गोपालम गोविंदम हरि गोपालम हरि गोविंदम हरि गोपालम हरि गोविंदम हरि गोपालम हरि गोविंदम हरि गोपालम वर गोदावरी तीर बिहारी वर चित्रावती तीर बिहारी वैकुंठपति साई हरे वैजयन्ती माला धारी वैकुंठपति साई हरे हरि गोविंदम हरि गोपालम हरि गोविंदम हरि गोपालम हरि गोविंदम हरि गोपालम हरि गोदावरी तीर बिहारी वर चित्रावती तीर बिहारी अमर चित्रावती तीर बिहारी वैकुंठ साई हरि दशरथ नंदन श्री रामचंद्र धर्म संरक्षक राम दशरथ नंदन श्री रामचंद्र धर्म संरक्षक राम देवकी नंदन मुरलीधरा आनंददायक श्याम देवकी नंदन मुरलीधरा आनंददायक श्याम श्री सत्य साई प्रेमामृत भगवान ईश्वराम्ब सुत श्री सत्य साई प्रेमामृत भगवान जय 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 शिव शक्ति स्वरूपा मंगलदायक नाम बोलो जय 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 शिव शक्ति स्वरूपा मंगलदायक नाम दशरथ नंदन श्री रामचंद्र धर्म संरक्षण राम देवकी नंदन मुरलीधरा आनंददायक श्याम ईश्वराम्ब सुत श्री सत्य साई प्रेमामृत भगवान जय 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 शिव शक्ति स्वरूपा मंगलदायक नाम बोलो जय 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 शिव शक्ति स्वरूपा मंगलदायक नाम दशरथ नंदन राम आनंददायक श्याम प्रेमामृत भगवान दशरथ नंदन राम आनंददायक श्याम प्रेमामृत भगवान जय 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 शिव शक्ति स्वरूपा मंगलदायक नाम बोलो जय 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 शिव शक्ति स्वरूपा मंगलदायक नाम दशरथ नंदन श्री रामचंद्र धर्म संरक्षक राम चंड किरण कुल मंडन राम चंड किरण कुल मंडन राम दशरथ नंदन राम श्रीमद् दशरथ नंदन राम कौसल्या सुखवर्धन राम कौसल्या सुखवर्धन राम विश्वामित्र प्रियधन राम विश्वामित्र प्रियधन राम 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 जय राजा राम राम जय साई राम 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 जय साई राम 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 जय राजा राम चंड किरण कुल मंडन राम श्रीमद् दशरथ नंदन राम कौसल्या सुखवर्धन राम विश्वामित्र प्रियधन राम विश्वामित्र प्रियधन राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय साई राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय साई राम बोलो राम राम जय साई राम किरण कुलम गंगाधरा हर गंगाधरा हर कैलाशनाथ प्रभु शंकरा गंगाधरा हर गंगाधरा हर कैलाशनाथ प्रभु शंकरा अवनाशा भव भंज विमोचन अवनाशा भव भंज विमोचन सत्य साई शिव शंकरा पति साई शिव शंकरा कैलाशनाथ प्रभु शंकरा भवनाशा भव भंज विमोचना भवनाशा भव भंज विमोचना सत्य साई शिव शंकरा साई अभयंकरा सत्य साई शिव शंकरा गंगाधरा हर गंगाधरा हर कैलाशा नाथ प्रभु शंकरा सुमंगल राम 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 परम सुमंगल राम 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 Rama. Jai Jai Rama, Janaki Rama, Jai Tu Rama. Parama Sumangal Ram Ram Ram. Parama Sumangal Ram Ram Ram. Ram Ram Ram. Parama Sumangal Ram Ram Ram. Janani Janani Jeevan Ram. Jai Jai Rama, Janaki Rama, Jai Tu Rama. Parama Sumangal Ram Ram Ram. Parama Sumangal Ram Ram Ram. Ayyappa Sharanam Sai Ram. Swami Sharanam Ayyan Sharanam. Ayyappa Sharanam Sharanam Ayyappa. Saburi Girisha Satgurunatha Swami Sharanam Sharanam Ayyappa. Sutane Mohan Rupa Swami Sharanam Sharanam Ayyappa. Swami Sharanam Ayyan Sharanam. Bolo Swami Sharanam Ayyan Sharanam. Ayyappa Sharanam Sharanam Ayyappa. Ayyappa Sharanam Sharanam Ayyappa. Swami Sharanam Ayyan Sharanam. Ayyappa Sharanam Sharanam Ayyappa. The Lord of the universe is here. Swami Satya Sai is here. Come to save the world, He is everywhere. Come to bless His children everywhere. Born in Puttaparthi, the Lord of the universe is here. Calm and tranquil like the moon, shining with divine inner light, filling all with the saddest sight. He is always turning over me, answering the prayers of devotees, giving grace to you and the Lord of the universe is here. Sai, you are Guru, God and Top. Mother, you are everything to us. Father, you are everything to us. You are the divine primal energy, manifested all that we ever see. You are the one reality. The Lord of the universe is here. Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana. I with the sacred form of Om, universal radiance divine. Please accept this offering of mine, the flame of love that burns within my heart. We can never be apart. You and I are one. The Lord of the universe is here. Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om. Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om. Sai Narayana Narayana Om. The Lord of the universe is here. Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om. Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om. Sai Narayana Narayana Om. The Lord of the universe is here. Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om. Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om. Sai Narayana Narayana Om. The Lord of the universe लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति शांति शांति। जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा की जय।